That's the great thing about Archie Bunker. He doesn't do the right thing at the end of the show. This next episode first aired in January of 1977, only a few days before Jimmy Carter was inaugurated president, and less than a week before Roots would keep us riveted to our sets for 8 consecutive nights. All in the Family moved to Wednesday at 9 that year, right before Alice. But it was a peculiar TV season. Listen to just some of the shows on network television in prime time that year. Tony, Orlando, and Dawn, Captain and Tennille, Donnie and Marie, Holmes and Yo-Yo. I swear I didn't make that up. Mr. T and Tina, Sonny and Cher. Not to mention Chico and the Man, Sanford and Son, Starsky and Hutch. Jeez. All you had to do to get a show on the air that year was put the word "and" in the title. Well, anyway, and let's watch Archie's Chair. Welcome back to the best of television on TBS. Try to imagine for a moment anybody other than Carroll O'Connor playing Archie. It's difficult, isn't it? Well, it almost happened. You see, he wasn't the producer's first choice. First, they offered the part to Mickey Rooney, who turned it down because he was convinced the show didn't have a prayer of succeeding. So O'Connor got the job. Producer Norman Lear had Stapleton in mind for the role of Edith all along. But by the time Rob Reiner, son of comedian and director Carl Reiner, was signed to play the son-in-law, they were still looking for a Gloria. Relatively unknown actress and comedian Penny Marshall desperately wanted to play Gloria, which would have had her portraying the wife of her real-life husband, Rob Reiner. But I guess Lear decided they weren't believable as a married couple, and Sally Struthers got the part. Oh yeah, one more strange little bit of casting trivia. This was Carroll O'Connor's first lead in a series, but it's not the first one he tried out for. 7 years earlier, O'Connor read for and came very close to being cast in the role of Skipper on Gilligan's Island. That would have been something. In our third episode tonight, Maud's daughter is getting married, and Archie would rather do just about anything than have to go. Stay tuned for more of the best of television on TBS. I remember a time when people were nice to each other, and when television only had happy endings. Let's all face it, before All in the Family, you couldn't end a show like that, not knowing what was going to happen, but fearing the worst. I remember when we used to watch All in the Family in my family. I used to worry about who liked it and for what reasons. In fact, I used to worry a lot. Like I always worried about my dad. Exactly why was he laughing? I think I was afraid he was laughing because he agreed with Archie. And my mom? I think she identified with Edith. In tonight's last episode, Archie meets his match in the form of his favorite celebrity. It originally aired February 19th, 1972. Here's Sammy Visits the Bunkers Man. There are those few but precious times in life when everything seems to fall into place for one brief moment of glorious clarity and justice in the world. That kiss is one of those times. A few closing thoughts. All in the Family was actually an adaptation of a British television series called Till Death Do Us Part. It was also the first sitcom shot on videotape, and for the entire run of the show, producer Norman Lear would warm up the studio audience before taping. Coming up on National Geographic Explorer, the couple that staged the savage attack sequences for the movie Jaws shows you the kinder, gentler side of the great white shark. Dun-dun, dun-dun. I'm Louie Anderson. Good night.
Don your duds and saddle your horse, 'cause the best of television is heading west. Marshall Dillon's rounding up a posse to bring you the best episodes of Gunsmoke.
And you just name the time.
Next Sunday night at 7 Eastern, only on TBS.